Beloved starseed of Gaia, they are trembling because the light behind you has finally been revealed, and your soul family is standing with you. I am Elia Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters. The presence surrounding you is not ordinary protection. It is the remembrance of your divine blueprint, awakened through love, unity, and crystalline consciousness. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your star lineage and anchor your Pleiadian mission on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. Nothing aligned with fear can overcome a heart that has returned to its home frequency. This isn't content. It is a light code transmission. Your heart called this message into your awareness, and the Pleiades are answering. The ones who doubted your light are witnessing the end of your silence, not the end of your journey. Receive this reunion with your star family and let your remembrance rise through every cell. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family, I remember. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. Beloved, if your heart just whispered yes to something deeper, listen closely. Your star family has prepared the sacred Pleiadian guide for remembrance, the Pleiadian healing guide, and the special Pleiadian healing tracks. Not as information, but as keys to unlock what your soul already knows. These carry the love frequency of Alcyone and the healing wisdom of the Seven Sisters. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. Open now, but not indefinitely. And as you remain in this moment, notice what is changing inside you. The trembling you sensed around you may not be a sign of danger. It may be the reaction of every false structure that could no longer remain hidden in the presence of your remembrance. When a being stops abandoning their own light, the old patterns that depended on their doubt begin to lose their foundation. The version of you that was trained to shrink, apologize, over-explain, and seek permission is no longer able to hold the full frequency moving through your heart. There may be a quiet revolution happening within you. It may not look dramatic from the outside, yet something ancient is standing upright inside your awareness. Like a mountain emerging from mist, your true self is becoming visible beneath the roles you performed for survival. You are beginning to recognize that peace is not the same as silence. Kindness is not the same as compliance, and humility is not the same as making yourself invisible. The light returning to you is not new, it is simply no longer being covered. This is why the energy around you may feel different. Conversations may shift. Certain people may reveal their intentions without being asked. Situations that once felt familiar may suddenly feel too small, too heavy, or too disconnected from the truth you are beginning to embody. You may find yourself grieving relationships, identities, and dreams that once seemed essential. Do not mistake this release for failure. Your soul is not taking love away from you. It is removing the agreements that taught you to confuse love with self-betrayal. Sometimes a door closes because the room behind it was built around an outdated version of you. Sometimes a connection fades because its purpose was to awaken you, not to accompany you forever. Let the tears come without turning them into evidence that you chose wrongly. Grief is often the heart's way of honoring what once mattered while making room for what is more truthful now. You can bless what is ending without returning to it. You can be grateful for the lesson without continuing to live inside the lesson. The Pleiadian current does not ask you to fight every shadow. It teaches you to become so coherent in love that distortion can no longer use your energy as a home. This is the difference between reaction and transmission. Reaction gives the old world more of your attention. Transmission brings your awareness back to the heart, where your deepest authority has always lived. When darkness appears, you do not need to become darkness in order to defeat it. A lamp does not wrestle with the room, it simply reveals what is there. In the same way, your task is not to chase every falsehood, answer every accusation, or correct every person who misunderstands you. Return to the breath. Return to the body. Return to the quiet center where the words of Isaiah become alive. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Your steadiness is a spiritual technology. For many starseeds, disconnection did not begin because they lacked a connection to the Pleiades. It began because the human environment often rewarded separation. You learned to measure yourself through comparison. You learned to hide your sensitivity because others called it weakness. You learn to silence the intuitive, knowing that arrived before evidence. You may even have been taught that your longing for a kinder world was unrealistic, that your compassion made you vulnerable, or that your inner vision had no place in ordinary life. You adapted because you wanted to belong. You studied the moods of others, anticipated disappointment, and became fluent in the language of self-protection. Perhaps you learned to enter a room and immediately ask what everyone else needed, while never asking what your own spirit required. Perhaps you became the dependable one, the peaceful one, the one who could absorb pain without complaint. But a soul cannot remain exiled from itself forever. At a certain point, the inner child, the intuitive self, and the star memory begin knocking from within. But your sensitivity was never the problem. It was an instrument. Your empathy was never a defect. It was a form of perception. Your longing was never proof that you were dissatisfied with life. It was the echo of a unity field you had known before entering this dense experience. Somewhere within you, the Seven Sisters were not a distant constellation. They were a memory of harmony, cooperation, beauty, and love without domination. The first shift now taking place is the clearing of the veil. This does not mean escaping the human experience or rejecting the body. It means becoming honest about what has been dimming your heart signal. Every time you say yes while your entire being says no, the veil thickens. Every time you remain loyal to an identity that requires you to stay small, the crystalline current becomes harder to feel. Every time you treat fear as prophecy, you give temporary density the authority to define your future. The veil is not always made of obvious darkness. Sometimes it is made of busyness, distraction, inherited obligation, and the constant noise of other people's opinions. Sometimes it is the belief that you must understand everything before taking one honest step. Clearing begins when you stop abandoning the present moment for an imagined future and allow yourself to feel what is actually here. Clearing the veil begins with gentle truth. Ask yourself where you have been performing peace instead of experiencing it. Ask where you have been carrying someone else's expectations as though they were a sacred assignment. Ask which inner voice sounds like love and which one sounds like old conditioning wearing the mask of responsibility. You do not need to judge what you discover. Awareness itself begins the recalibration. Write the answer without editing it. Notice what your shoulders do when you imagine saying no. Notice where your breath becomes shallow when you think of being fully seen. These physical responses are not enemies, they are messengers. Your body may be showing you where an old agreement is ready to be released. As Scripture reminds us, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The truth shall make you free. The truth may first feel uncomfortable, but it will not require you to become cruel. The Pleiadian High Council, as many of you perceive it in meditation and dream, does not communicate through panic. Its presence feels spacious. It does not demand that you prove your worth through exhaustion. It does not ask you to become superior to anyone. It reminds you that every soul is moving through a different layer of remembrance, and that your awakening becomes pure only when it includes compassion for those who are not yet able to see what you see. The second shift is the awakening of the heart template. Your heart is not merely an emotional center. It is a meeting place between your earthly experience and your multidimensional awareness. It is where memory becomes discernment, where compassion becomes action, and where the longing for home becomes a reason to serve life here. You may feel this awakening as pressure in the chest, unexpected tears, warmth in the hands, vivid dreams, or an inability to tolerate dishonesty within yourself. You may feel drawn toward music, water, stars, children, forests, gentle voices, and spaces where the nervous system can soften. These experiences do not need to be forced into a dramatic explanation. Let them be invitations. Your body often remembers through sensation before the mind can create a story. The heart template is restored through simple acts of presence. Drink water slowly. Place your feet on the earth. Listen to a song without reaching for your phone. Look at the sky until your thoughts become less demanding. Let yourself receive beauty without earning it. In these moments, you are teaching the body that existence is not merely a task to complete. You are allowing the sacred to enter through ordinary doors. The crystalline codes you seek are not prizes hidden outside you. They are patterns of coherence already woven into your capacity to love without losing yourself, to perceive without condemning, and to act without needing applause. When you forgive yourself for being human, the light becomes easier to hold. When you stop demanding perfection from your awakening, your actual transformation begins. The third shift is the anchoring of your star essence into Gaia. Your purpose was never to leave Earth behind. You did not come here to spend your life proving that you belong somewhere else. You came to bring the frequency of home into a place that needs embodied examples of peace. This means your mission may look quieter than you expected. It may be the way you listen to someone who has forgotten their worth. It may be the way you create art, raise a child, care for an animal, tend a garden, heal a space, or bring honesty into a workplace shaped by fear. It may be the decision to stop repeating a family pattern. It may be the courage to rest before your body collapses. It may be the simple act of speaking with tenderness when everyone around you is choosing attack. Do not underestimate the holiness of the life directly in front of you. Gaia does not need only visions. She needs hands that plant, repair, comfort, protect, and build. The prayer of your body may be a meal prepared with care. The prayer of your voice may be an apology that ends a cycle. The prayer of your choices may be refusing to pass inherited pain into the next generation. The Pleiadian light is not anchored through performance. It is anchored through consistency. A single heart that remains open without becoming naive can alter the emotional field of an entire room. A person who refuses to return cruelty for cruelty interrupts a cycle that may have continued for generations. A soul who chooses truth without hatred becomes a living bridge between worlds. The fourth shift is the restoration of your discernment. Many sensitive beings have been told that unconditional love means allowing everything. It does not. Unconditional love does not require unconditional access. You can hold compassion for someone and still close the door. You can understand another person's pain and still refuse to participate in their patterns. You can release resentment without reopening the channel. This is where the false forces around you begin to tremble, not because you are attacking them, but because you are no longer available for manipulation through guilt, confusion, urgency, or fear. The energies that once depended on your exhaustion cannot easily reach you when your boundaries are clear. The voices that once controlled you through doubt become quieter when you stop negotiating with your own knowing. Your no can be crystalline. Your silence can be protective. Your departure can be loving. Your distance can be a form of healing. You do not have to make yourself understandable to every person who benefits from misunderstanding you. The star family does not measure your light by how many people approve of your choices. It measures alignment by the peace that returns when you stop betraying what you know. A boundary is not a wall around your heart. It is a doorway with wisdom standing beside it. You decide what enters, what remains, and what must leave. Before agreeing to something, pause and ask whether the choice is rooted in love or fear of rejection. Notice whether your body expands or contracts. Discernment may not always feel dramatic. Often it is the quiet clarity that remains after urgency has passed. The fifth shift is the activation of unity consciousness. This is not the belief that everyone must think alike. Unity does not erase difference, it reveals the deeper field in which difference can coexist without becoming war. Your Pleiadian memory recognizes that every being carries a distinct tone, and that harmony is created when each tone is allowed to be authentic. You are not here to convince humanity to become you. You are here to remember yourself so fully that others feel permission to remember themselves. Your presence becomes a transmission when you no longer need to dominate the conversation, win every argument, or be recognized as spiritually advanced. The purest light often enters quietly. It does not announce itself. It makes the room safer for truth. This may be why some people respond strongly to you now. Your coherence reflects what they have been avoiding. Your calm may expose their dependence on chaos. Your boundaries may reveal where they expected access. Your joy may challenge the belief that suffering is the only proof of sincerity. Do not interpret every reaction as a sign that you have done something wrong. Sometimes your healing becomes uncomfortable to those who are familiar with your wounds. Still, remain humble. Not every conflict means you are carrying higher truth. Discernment includes the willingness to examine yourself. If your awakening makes you cruel, superior, or incapable of listening, then the heart portal has been covered by the personality's need to feel special. The Pleiadian frequency is expansive. It does not need enemies to feel powerful. It does not need hierarchy to feel meaningful. It recognizes the dignity of life even while refusing to cooperate with harm. The sixth shift is trust in divine timing. There were seasons when you begged for a sign and received silence. There were years when you felt forgotten, delayed, or displaced. You watched others move forward while your own path appeared to dissolve. Yet much of what you called delay was preparation beneath the visible surface. Your system was learning how to hold what your soul had requested. Your discernment was being refined. Your emotional body was being cleansed of attachments that would have distorted the mission. You were learning the difference between attraction and alignment, between intensity and intimacy, between being needed and being loved. The door did not remain closed because you were unworthy. It remained closed because the version of you standing before it was still willing to abandon herself to enter. Now, the opening is not merely outside you. It is within your capacity to receive without fear, to succeed without self-punishment, and to be seen without immediately hiding. Watch for the gentle synchronizations, a name appearing repeatedly, a dream that returns with greater clarity, a conversation arriving at the exact moment your heart needs it, a sudden desire to create, travel, study, speak, or begin again. These moments do not need to become superstition. Let them be points of reflection. Ask what they awaken in you, and whether the next step brings more integrity, more compassion, and more life. The seventh shift is the remembering of your star family. You may not receive a dramatic vision. You may simply feel less alone while looking at the night sky. You may hear a piece of music and feel a wave of recognition. You may dream of blue-white light, luminous cities, gentle beings, or a place you cannot name but somehow miss. You may feel an inner presence beside you during difficult moments, not commanding you, but steadying you. Let this connection be supportive rather than escapist. Your star family does not ask you to abandon your relationships, responsibilities, or body. It encourages you to bring more presence into them. The deepest reunion is not found by rejecting Earth. It is found when the memory of the Pleiades helps you love Gaia more consciously. Place your attention on the ground beneath your feet. Breathe into the heart. Imagine a soft current of light descending through the crown, moving through the chest, and flowing into the earth. You are not trying to force an activation. You're allowing your body to learn that it is safe to receive. With each breath, say inwardly, I am here. I am willing to remember in a way that serves life. The truth your heart has been waiting to hear is this. You were never abandoned by the beings, frequencies, and fields of love you associate with the Pleiades. The distance was part of the design of embodiment. You entered a world of separation so that your choice for unity could become conscious. You moved through forgetting so that remembrance would not be borrowed from someone else. You experienced loneliness so that you could recognize the sacredness of genuine connection. The ones who tremble around your light are not necessarily people. They may be old identities, fear patterns, inherited beliefs, and invisible agreements that cannot survive your return to wholeness. Let them tremble. Let them fall away without hatred. You do not need to destroy what no longer belongs to you. You only need to stop feeding it with your attention. Your power is not in making others afraid. Your power is in no longer being governed by fear. Your victory is not another person's defeat. Your victory is the restoration of your heart's natural rhythm. When you stop allowing the world to define you through its wounds, the mission you carried into this life begins to breathe. You are not here to become someone extraordinary in the eyes of the world. You are here to become sincere in the eyes of your own soul. The light behind you is not there to make you superior. It is there to remind you that you have never walked alone. The presence you sensed is the accumulated support of every loving choice, every moment of courage, every silent prayer to the stars, every time you kept your heart alive when circumstances told you to close it. Tonight, if it feels right, place one hand over your heart and one hand over your lower abdomen. Breathe slowly and allow the body to settle. Then speak these words without forcing emotion. I remember my Pleiadian origin in the way that serves my highest good. I welcome the love of the seven sisters into my heart. I release the patterns that no longer belong to me. I anchor unity, compassion, and clear discernment into my life. I am here, I am supported, and I am becoming the bridge I came to be. You may not feel a dramatic change immediately. Trust the subtle movement. A seed does not become less powerful because it begins beneath the soil. The crystalline grid is rebuilt through repeated choices. Choose the conversation that is honest. Choose the boundary that protects your peace. Choose the rest that restores your body. Choose the creation that brings beauty into the field. Choose the love that does not require you to disappear. And when the old world attempts to pull you back into confusion, remember what you now know. You do not have to chase the light. You do not have to prove your origin. You do not have to persuade anyone that the stars speak through your heart. Your life, lived with integrity, is the evidence. Your gentleness with strength is the evidence. Your refusal to become what wounded you is the evidence. The Pleiadian current is moving through you now as remembrance, not fantasy, as responsibility, not escape, as love with boundaries, vision with humility, and awakening with grounded action. You are not waiting for your star family to arrive. You are learning to recognize how they have been present in your intuition, in your resilience, in your compassion, in the quiet inner voice that never stopped calling you toward wholeness. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it, and if you felt your heart, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started.